All right, we got to talk about Alabama. We're jumping straight into this. I don't got time to waste. You don't got time to waste either. One of the things we're going to talk about is how Alabama, they're playing with fire. And like my grandfather told me growing up, he said, Matthew, you keep playing with that fire, son, eventually you're going to get burnt. I feel like that's going to happen with Alabama. Or don't even feel like. It is inevitable. It's going to happen. Also, too, this has just come across my desk. There's been people talking about this the past few weeks. There was this one play against Ole Miss where I think it was the linebacker for Oklahoma. I can't remember his name or who even it was in the first place, but it looked like he knew exactly what screenplay was coming for Ole Miss, and he annihilated the defender. And there's been people stating that Oklahoma, they've been stealing signs. Ryan Grubb was asked about it earlier today. Here's what he said, and I quote, "We'll be changing everything. So if Coach Venables is listening, just know that they're all changing. But they do everything within the parameters of the game, though." I said this with the Connor Stallions. Yes, you remember that guy, the Michigan Manifesto man? I said it with him, and my stance on stealing signs has never and will never change. I don't care. Even if the team is stealing signs, I don't care. And here's why. Let me explain. Hear me out. Number one, if you are smart enough, and number two, you are willing enough to go through all the pain and struggle of figuring out the other team's signs, I applaud you. And to me, that's a part of the strategy for the game in any game, not just football, but basketball, baseball, you name it. And one thing I always think about is when people talk about sign stealing in college football was in baseball. I had a buddy, he batted fourth, I batted third. And anytime I got a single or double, I was on second, I would relay the catcher signs over to him if I knew what they were, whether it be in fastball, changeup, curveball. For most teams in middle school and high school at least, fastball was a 1, changeup was a 2, and curveball, it was a 3, as long as you could figure out what the indicator was. So anytime I was on second, our 4-hitter would be looking at me, and I would have signs to him where I was relaying over the information so the catcher knew that I didn't know what he was doing. For example, if 1 was a fastball, I didn't look at the hitter and hold up a 1 on my finger. No. I'd tip the bill of my cap or the bill of my helmet. If it was a changeup, I'd rub my sleeve. If it was a curveball, I'd tap the top of my helmet. Moral of the story is, I'm all here for it. I've used it, and stealing signs, to me at least, is a part of the game. Here's another thing I haven't even addressed. It's one thing to know what the team's going to do. It's another thing trying to stop it. At the end of the day, you still got to go out there, put a hat on a hat, put your guys out against their guys, and stop them, even if you know it's coming. Sign stealing's a part of the game. If you're crying about it, I got bad news for you. People have been stealing signs in college football ever since they made the sport up. Just switch your signs. It's not that hard to do. Everybody tweeting at me, Matt, did you know Oklahoma steals signs? Good. I hope they keep doing it. Bravo to them. That's my mini rant on the sign stealing. Let's get into Alabama themselves. They are playing with fire. If you have no idea what I'm talking about the team, more so of the offense. The defense, hold on. Very nice, very nice. Defense has been great these past few games. They're the reason we beat LSU. We only put up 20 in that game. They're the reason we beat South Kakalaki, forced a fumble at the end, and held Sellers to only 22 points, and the offense put them in bad position multiple times. They're the reason we beat Tennessee, flipped the game before halftime, and they're the reason we beat Vanderbilt. Defense has been stellar the second half of the season, or not really the second half, but the middle of the second half of the season. You get what I'm trying to say. The offense, not so much. And here's where we're playing with fire. Ty Simpson. I love you, man. You are the Heisman frontrunner in my eyes. Him and Mendoza, 1A, 1B. You could even throw Julian Sain in there at 1C if you'd like. It doesn't matter to me. The point is, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. But good googly moogly. Is it an Alabama football game without Simpson having a fumble in the second half? I don't think so. What is up with that? Man, I know the offensive line, better way of saying it, has had some pass protection problems and breakdowns, but they've held up, and that one he had against LSU, that was on him. He can't hold on to the ball that long, and here's the other thing. How come every time he gets sacked, he fumbles? I don't know what that's about. We got to stop doing that. I know it's much easier said than done, but we just can't keep having a second half fumble. It's going to lose us a game. That's how we're playing with fire. Also, here's how we're really playing with fire. Our rushing attack. I said I'm not going to harp on this too much in the reaction video, but I got to bring it up. I didn't know it was this bad. I knew it was bad. I'm glad I saw this. I didn't know it was this bad. This is from Mike Rodak. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. I just saw this report on Twitter. I had some people sending it to me. Alabama running backs now ranked 129th in yards per rush, 3.9. Do you know how many FBS teams there are? 136. Fellas, we're almost in dang last. 129? Are you kidding me? It'd be different if we were like 75 or 76. Granted, that's bad for Alabama, but 129, we are literally almost dead last. Embarrassing is not the word. It's mind-boggling. It's hard to fathom. But it gets worse. And 134th, or 134th, however you want to say that, in first downs per rush. There's only two worse teams, guys. Yet again, only 136 teams in FBS. We are 2 away from dead last. And in 2 categories, we're close to being dead last. I don't even want to look at the others because I know we're outside the top 100. Here's what Ty Simpson had to say. I feel like we're not very confident that we think we can run the ball very well right now, and it's all mental, really. No, it's not mental. I think even Ryan Grove talked about it. We got a running problem. Our running backs, I'm just calling it for how I see it. This has been the worst running back group we've ever had at Alabama, dating back to, I don't know when, since I've been watching Alabama football. Running backs have been awful this year. Jam Miller has the vision of Cleveland Browns Trent Richardson. Awful vision. And I love Jam Miller. Do you think I enjoy saying bad things about, hey, it's my team? But I got to do what I got to do. I got to say it and call it for how it is. Jam Miller can't run the ball. Zero vision. Zero. I'm tired of seeing him run up the middle, run into defenders, run into his blocker. We got to get him out there. Now, pass protection is a little bit different. He probably is our better pass blocker out of all the running backs, although none of them are great. And out of the backfield, if Daniel Hill's been great out of there, but Miller, he's a really good catcher of the football. I know he dropped one against LSU, but he's been clutch, especially against Georgia. He's been killing Georgia on the wheel routes forever. But we're talking about running the football. We can't do that. Daniel Hill, to me, he's RB1. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The running game has been significantly, and I tweeted this out, significantly better with him in there. Kevin Riley, he's been okay. But outside of that, even when Hill's been in there, I'm not going to act like it's been a night and day different. It's been a little bit, a little bit better. Or I know I said significantly. I'm just talking about the running game as a whole. Daniel Hill, to give you a better perspective, is getting at least 4 to 5 yards per carry, whereas Jam Miller is getting 0 to 1. So it's not like it's been explosive, but it's been a little bit better. I hope that makes sense. But outside of that, blaming the running backs and whatnot, the O-line, they say that you either have a good pass blocking offensive line or good run blocking offensive line. Well, I guess we had to sell our soul to the devil because we are great at pass blocking. Great. Run blocking, no. Can't do it. Can't do it. We get no push. And to me, it's not a mental thing. I don't know what Ty Simpson, well, I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to, take up for his guys. No, it is a physical thing. Physicality. We're getting pushed around a little bit. To me, an ace is an ace, a spade is a spade. It's black and white. We can't run the football. It didn't hurt us. It hasn't hurt us the entire season outside of the Florida State game and whatnot. But we didn't lose that game because we couldn't run the ball. We just lost that game because they dominated us in all facets of the game. But eventually down the road against, Oklahoma, who has a top 10 defense, not being able to run the ball is going to hurt us. Against Auburn, hey, don't look now. I'm telling you, this Auburn team's scary. Especially since we play them at Jordan-Hare Stadium. I'm worried about that game. I've been saying that since week 0. I don't care if Auburn's 0-4 billion. If we're playing at Jordan-Hare Stadium, I got a weird feeling in my stomach. I always do, always have. There's witchcraft going on there. And with Auburn having a great rushing defense, it's going to hurt us because we only rely on Ty Simpson. And sure, we may be able to scave our way through, maybe finish 11-1, 10-2 in the regular season, and we'll get into the playoff. But you cannot win a national championship look at these numbers, ranking 129 in yards per rush. There's no way. We got to be better at running the football. We got to. We're fortunate. We played a discombobulated LSU football team. We're fortunate that South Kakalaki gave the game to us. They played not to lose. When you start playing the Ohio States of the world, the Georgias, the Indianas, the Texas A&Ms, they're going to expose you. LSU, nah, they're not going to expose you. Vanderbilt, no. Kakalaki, no. They're not going to expose you. But these great and elite teams will. Bama has to be better at running the football. I can't dumb it down any more than that. I know everybody's quick to blaming the O-line. I'm here to tell you, I've seen bad Alabama offensive lines. Alabama has a good, I'm not going to call them great or even really good. They have a good O-line this year. They do. O-line's giving Simpson plenty of time. I know everybody thinks about the fumbles and whatnot, but he's had a lot of time to throw the ball this year. They've been great in pass protection. To me, you can blame whoever you want. It doesn't matter. It's somebody's fault. I think it's a combination of everything, but it goes back to the running backs. Maybe it is a running back problem. We don't have a great back or even what I label as a good back there. They're all just decent. We got so spoiled as Alabama fans, getting accustomed to the Mark Ingrams, the Glenn Coffees, the TJ Yeldons, the Eddie Lacy's, the Trent Richardsons, the list goes on, Najee Harris's of the world. We tend to forget, and we took it for granted, that those are generational talents and phenomenal. I mean, you're talking about great NFL backs outside of Richardson, but great college football running backs. You see what happens when you have average running back play. This happens. What's transpired this entire season? You could make the argument and claim and state, well, Matt, why do we even waste it down and run the football? I agree. I say that to myself when we run it, because it's normally for 1 yard, 0 yards, or negative 1 yard. It's a waste of a down. But at the same time, to help out Ty Simpson and the offensive line, you can't just completely abandon the passing game. You can't the rushing game. You can't. You at least got to keep the defense somewhat honest, because if you just pass the ball every single play, that's not going to be good. So where am I going at with that? By default, we have to run the ball, and since we're going to run the ball, we got to be a little bit better at it. I'm not even asking to be great, but dang, can we crack the top 100? I'm going to end the video off with this, the infamous quote on the channel. When I was a kid, I loved fires. I just loved building them, burning stuff, playing with them and whatnot. My grandfather told me when I was a kid, a young buckaroony, he said, Matthew, son, you keep playing with that fire, you're eventually going to get burnt. And like a kid, I was like, yeah, whatever, Grandpa, whatever. I'm not going to get burnt. And not that day, not that week, not even that month, but many months later, I got burnt, and it was so bad. Here I am 20 years later, still talking about it. That's going to happen to the Crimson Tide. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below. But they're over there.